from the floor. HFR from Bend, actually. And mistrade, Matt Davies, suspended. Matt, I don't know
Canceled.
why my
Canceled.
why is canceled? Why is my beautiful background not live? Hold on a second. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Come on, baby. You got to see those flags waving.
We see
All
him.
right, that's it. That's it. Matt, the Bears, the season has started. The Bears are undefeated, as are the Lions. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Do you not agree?
Yeah, that game last night was impressive for the Bills. The Rams.
What was more impressive than the Bills was how nauseating Collinsworth is already.
And without the curmudgeon Al Michaels, it was not as good.
Beyond nauseating. In fact, I don't think the way he was talking, I don't think the Rams win a game the way he was talking. It was absolutely brutal. Speaking about mushrooms, Matt, let's take if I could share, I would.
By the way, the over was, I knew it was a debacle.
Dude, there were so many turnovers. I mean, it was ridiculous. It should have blown it over.
Like I said, nobody plays preseason ball anymore, so you knew that was coming. I should have used my brain instead of my heart and expecting I just wanted a lot of points. I didn't care.
And who scored the first touchdown?
Not the two guys. Not the two guys.
All right.
No. It was the third guy.
And by the way, that catch was ridiculous.
It was the third
by
guy.
Cooper Kupp. What a great professional name, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Man, let me share.
And he's from boondoggle Washington. So
Republican Washington. Let's call it that.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're gonna talk Civil War in a second here, and not Oregon State, by the way. Let me share. And I got some really strong feelings about this. Share from Grayson Weir. And he says, rumble, rumble, big fella. I guess this was from this state, Missouri State's Saeli Suliafu, I believe. For sure, Pacific Islander, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And he's he's supposed to be blocking on the kickoff return, but let's go.
No, he's like second back. He's like third row back, actually. He's right before the deep receiver.
Look at the big fella, 298 pounds. He's a wrecking ball, the guy's saying. I gotta watch it one more time.
Yeah. Well, look, see, he's just back. Like, why are you kicking to that dude?
I mean, he's got number 44, so I take it he's a defensive lineman, but if this guy is not in the backfield for the rest of the year as a fullback, they're doing it wrong.
Yeah, no, the Lions had pretty good success with a couple running backs a few years ago like this that were like 280 pounds, and then I'm like, and they were getting like, 800 yards barely carrying the ball. I'm like, why aren't these guys playing more?
Exactly.
And then they get rid of them, and
the kid, obviously to me, I don't know this to be a fact, but I'm assuming that he played rugby since he was 4 years old and knows how to carry the ball.
Or he's just been playing football since he was 4 years old.
No, I'm telling you, we're going to find this out.
There's no path to start him.
No, but you carry the football. It's like, remember back in the day, the punter from San Diego that was an Australian rules football player, and he'd punt the ball and then sprint down and just wreck people.
Drill somebody, yeah.
That was just always the best.
Let me ask you this. The whole Queen is dead.
Wait a second. As you say that,
hold on. King Charles. Which one is worse? He's got more dementia than Dementia Joe.
King Charles III. I find it ironic, first of all, that Kramer can reach into the world of life and death and be wrong. As Live Monitor shares, Inverse Kramer now kills people because he tweeted, I bet the Queen pulls through this. No. Thank you. Thank you, Kramer, for killing the monarch.
He killed the Queen. Long live the Queen.
Exactly. Unreal. Long live the king. I find it the most ironic thing recently. I mean, we live in irony every day, ridiculously, but now the monarch somehow part of the woke world. Those two things seem like they should be diabolically opposed to one another, like a monarch, a king. It's just unbelievable to me. And then, Matt, I know we're not a political show, but we are going to be today because it's Friday and we get to do whatever we want. And that great actress, Kathy Griffin, what was the last thing she was in? I can't remember.
All she does is hammer Trump. That's all she does.
And she tweeted, if you want a civil war, vote Republican. If you don't want a civil war, vote Democrats. Like, as soon as I saw it,
well, so she's like inverse Kramer. Whatever she says is going to happen. So apparently, the Democrats are going to win, and we're going to have civil war. Great.
Well, let me just ask you a question, because
she'll be squashed finally.
Let me just please give me some leeway here. All right, all wars come down to battles, right? And then there's always pivotal battles, right, that decide the war. So in the Civil War, I'm forward thinking here. The pivotal battle is going to be from the left, and for the Dems, for the left flank, right? It's always flanking in wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
The left flank, you're going to have AOC and the Tranny Brigade, right? The right flank, you're going to have Benedict Kinzinger and the Crying Corps. And then right up the middle, you got Nancy and Bill and the Sagging Boob Regiment. And it's going to be pivotal there, right? Because the trannies with AOC, they'll probably retreat early, I'm thinking. Right. But then they'll regroup, they'll change their heels into wait a second, let me into higher heels. And I could just see the it's coming in. It's like these high heels are really distracting, man. Like I'm not sure I don't know. It seems ridiculous.
Or the trannies will bring in, they'll be doing another drag show with the 8-year-olds, and that will protect them. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm working on Democratic slogans right now. More pain, no gain. Colder, broker, and hungrier. Or make America last in everything. Let me share again, Matt, because it gets better.
You're on fire today, Bobby. You're on fire.
It gets better. It gets better. If I could hold on, if I could figure this out. Our friend Marty Armstrong, he has a great article today about this very thing. Steve Bannon charged with money laundering conspiracy is just another path towards civil war. And we've talked about this before. The interesting thing, I think, and at the very end of the article, he says, we are approaching that fateful day when it'll be time to just turn out the lights on the American dream. It's turned into the American nightmare. The attitudes of California, Oregon, and Washington State are so foreign to those in the South, they might as well be their own separate countries. The problem with this, Matt, is California, Oregon, and Washington have giant swaths of giant swaths of people that are way more right-leaning. So it's going to be the cities against everybody else. I mean, maybe they'll just be these little city states, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, LA, and then you just build walls around those cities and keep them in.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you reverse wall them, because they're not obviously they just think they're smart. They're not really handy. They're not good with their hands. They're not warring types, right? This is the funny thing, listening to this from Kathy, Kathy Griffin. Like, she's a whack job, and she'll be the first one to get smushed. So, like, whatever, Kathy, keep talking.
All right, Matt.
Some lunatic will be at your front door, and it won't be the SWAT team.
Let's talk about the reality of the Great Reset, and that is household incomes crashing worldwide to levels never seen before, ever. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe in the Great Depression, but this only goes back to 1975. But clearly, as a chartist, you could see that is uncharted territory for our lifetimes, basically. And then you follow that up with this one from Unusual Whales. During the second quarter, Amazon workforce shrank by roughly 100,000 jobs. They still have, how about that number? 1.52 million people still work for Amazon. The biggest quarter-to-quarter contraction in the company's history. We've talked about it for this whole year as inflation has raged, how if you're spending 40 more bucks to fill your tank, how are you ordering more at Amazon? Let's look at Amazon. We got to talk about prices at some point, although we have so much fun talking about other things. Price discovery is what we are both fantastic at in different ways. So bring up Amazon and let's go over it.
Sure. Give me one moment. And Yeah, Amazon is this is a 89-minute chart, sold off with everything there the last well, sold off today, I guess, on that news that they're laying off some more people and their sales people I'm assuming are not as great. And then you got all the left-leaning people who don't like to order from Amazon because they're not green, but I don't know how they get their stuff somewhere else that's not green either. But you can have all your reasons to hate Amazon for being capitalistic, but I don't know. This chart doesn't look great. Again, it had a little weak rally there, just like everything else, up to 146, and is now rolling back up. Got down to 123. So, again, off almost 20% in that sell-off, and now retracing. Maybe it gets back to 140. I'd sell it again if it got back up to that top part of the profile green line. That's another $8. We might be there Monday. The way this market, the algo's just turned on right now, so we might be there Monday, Bob.
I love that. It's a sort of a double Galaga. And I agree. A great, you said that level is 140.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Right here is like 140. And again, I'm just going back to like using the yearly chart, from the first part of the year. Just getting to that area where we stopped last time. So yeah, I mean, that looks possible, but again, we should be there by Monday because everything's just, according to Obama and Michelle in the White House yesterday, Joe's doing a great job. Everything's cooking. So just keep on going.
Cooking is correct, but I'm not sure what is cooking. Despair is cooking for sure. Let's make that despair stew. Inflation. Right. Hey, let me share it also.
Let's talk a little bit about what might be.
Hold on 1 second before you jump there. Let me just share the Amazon on the monthly, because I think it's incredibly important. I mean, the COVID low that we talk about all the time here, 71.96-ish, right? No, 80. Let's call it 80. But anyway, it came right down and perfectly held all those highs that were put in from 18 through that COVID break, right? They came back and tested it perfectly, but you're still fighting this negative slope in the standard deviation modeling. Not only that, where's the good news going to come from down the line? I mean, Lisa jumps in and says for Xmas they'll be hiring. How many Christmas budgets are going to be what they were last year with free government money?
And how many people really are working that want to go to that want these jobs that don't pay, and they can't pay your rent, so why work?
Well, there we go. I just think it's going to be, this thing has rolled over for me big time, and you have a full 2-year COVID relief bracket, right, from 141 to 188. So I just don't see how they recapture that with what's seemingly coming down the pike. And back to Marty Armstrong in that article. If you think, again, we have not even had any bad news.
No,
really, there's not been bad news, and he points to 2023 being incredible.
Again, if you're listening to Obama, Joe is doing a great job. There's no reason to talk about bad news, Bob, when everything's good. Everything is great. It's all about narratives, my friend. You got to start talking the narratives. I'm learning that. I'm just going to start.
Broker hungrier.
I'm just going to start doing hungrier. Yes, older broker hungrier.
Colder broker hungrier. That's what we got to be. More pain, no gain. Thank you very much. Sit down, shut up. All right, what else you want to talk about here?
I want to talk a little bit about crude, because everybody was getting all frothed up, when crude was 81 on Monday this week, and it's all the way back to 87 here this morning. So all I see is 2 fake breakouts. We've been talking about 85 to 95, right? And so we just broke out on the high end, and now we broke out on the low end, but now we're right back into the zone.
All right, bring it up.
So sorry about that. I was doing it because I was talking about it and looking at it, but apparently I didn't have it up. But again, the breakdown people are selling it now. They're like, oh, we got to sell it here at 86 again. I'm like, all right, well, it's 87. When are you getting out? So,
well, and to be fair, I don't mind selling the low end of that profile up at 89 or wherever that is.
I mean, if you're trading on like you said, a 3-month time frame, sure.
But then you have to realize that if it spends time and volume back inside that profile, there's no reason why it won't fill out most of it. I mean, that's just how these markets work. Again, what are you a professional at? What price discovery do you know the most about?
Well, here, let me do this for you, because you pulled back on a 610 and we dinged it. Like you should have been buying hand over fist like I was on Tuesday, 82, 81. And now you're selling it and getting rid of that long and seeing what. Now show me what you're going to do next, right? Show me, because
Just like Missouri, Matt, the show me.
I still don't see us getting below 70. I really don't see us getting below 75, but I'd love to buy down there. So every time you go a little bit lower, I'll keep buying at these lower prices. That's what I'm planning on doing if we go lower. If we break out again and get over 100, this thing's off to the races. So you can buy at 100 or you can buy at 70. Those would be my, like if you just want to play it safely, wait for this to resolve itself, right? The 81 to 21, the next 20 will come on a break of those moves, really. I guess, if you're looking at that bracket now. And again, you have all this support from over here. The last high we had, that was 85, and then we pulled back to 62 last December. So, if you think that the government can continue to sell strategic petroleum reserves to drive the price down, which again, you talked about it yesterday, driving across the country, gas is not that much cheaper here than it was here or here. It's just not that much cheaper. So,
and amazingly too, I mean, the penalty being paid in blue states, let's just call it what it is. It seems to me, I mean, I paid more in Illinois, in Oregon, than I did in Kansas, Missouri, or even you get into Colorado, it got expensive again. I'm like, how is it more expensive again in Colorado?
Right.
I don't know. Seems like it's all narrative and tax policy, and I don't know what else is driving that, but it's incredible to have a $40, literally a $40 difference in a fill up.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I witnessed that in the past month, from $55 to $95 to fill the tank.
And that explains why we're at the highs of the day, because it's Friday and it's rollover. And again,
for sure we have the rollover, and not only I think it's pretty mechanical in the spoos. You got a nice hole in the profile, the shorter term, not super short term profile, and you got that 61.8, which was just the 61.8 from this last little ping high, 42.19 down to the lows that we just made over the last several days, 38.87. That 61.8 comes in at 40.90. I know you got 41.10 or 19 or something like that.
Yeah, 41.15 is halfway back. So yeah, we're almost there. All right. What else you got? We should get there Monday on the frothy Monday gap open excitement. We should be to the half back, and that's real simple. I mean, it's just it's real basic right now what we're seeing, and Let
me share one more thing too, nuance wise, because again, it's obviously it's a symphony, right? Standard deviation trading is a symphony here. And so 41.12 is that up momentum level with a negative slope. If it goes there, that's fine, pings it. What it's got to do is stay around there and change the slope of that line. You don't change the slope of that line. If it goes up, it pings it and falls right away. And so I imagine on Monday, that's going to come in more around that 41 even level. Again, it's got to get to that level, and it's got to stay there, penetrate it, close above it, spend another day above it. I mean, you think about the how that orchestra has to play. It's got to stay there in order to change the slope. If it can change the slope, then maybe we go make a new run back at that 43.40 area that we visited in July. But again, it's got to prove it. Just like you say that all the time in the profile, the market's got to prove it to me. And
and here's like for me, I just pulled back a little bit. We went from 43.28 down to 38.84, and I like this 41.40 area. I really love it. So we're only 1.5% away from it. So again, we could get we could finish this 3-day rally already. We could go we gapped up after the close yesterday because it's all rollover. Like it's just, you can just see it. It's like people are like, there's nobody selling today. They're done. They're like, just let it go. And it's going to the highs. So I don't know, like that 4140, I would definitely start selling calls. I would start, legging in, putting position, that's what I like to do. I don't like to sell the market necessarily, like the futures right there, but when it's going up like this, counter trend, I like to sell calls out of the money above, collect premium until it shows me that it's done going up, starts breaking a little bit, maybe on a 15-minute time frame. And we're just not breaking right now. So I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to fight it until it's done. And that exhaustion level for me right now kind of looks like it's going to go to 4140. So let it go. Let it run all the way up there. And, when you look at the NASDAQ, if you want to look at a similar number, we can try to do that there also. Hang on one second. Just let me try to bring this up. But we came from what did we get to 13.7 on the NASDAQ on that rally into August, or was it even higher? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, 13.7. So again, there you're looking at 13.7 down to 11.9. Again, that area for me is up here around 12.9 or so. So it's only 250 points, 270 points away. Another day like today, and we're there. Not even. We're already up. I mean, we're up 3% today because Joe is doing such a great job. Thank you.
Well, I love when the fractaling of the Fibonacci lines up with the point of control. I mean, again, when multiple methodologies come up with the same level, you better be adding more weight and paying attention to it.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the fib numbers are. I can draw the fib here. Let me do it real quick because I haven't drawn them on the NASDAQ. Yeah, it's right there. It's right between 50 and 61.8. So, 13,000 is possible. Why not? We just, we fell down from 13.2. This is what bear markets do. They go down hard and then they go up hard and then they squeeze everybody out that was getting short in the hole. So you have to sell the strength, and it's hard for people to do this because they think it's a bull market again, and we're not in a bull market. So that being said, this is the market we're in, and when we're trending one way like we have the last 3 days, I walk away until something on a longer time frame starts to show me something, because it's just Friday. It's a holiday week. The volume is just horrible this week, by the way. I don't like trading this week. I mean, I told you, like, if you took the breakout trade these 4 days, you made money every single day. Every single day you made 100 points on just trading a 5-minute bar. It's unbelievable. Short, long.
Bingo, bingo.
So,
all right, Matt, one last thing for
simple.
Me. I'm going to share.
This weekend in college football, by the way, there's shitty. Let me just bring this up real quick, because there's really not a lot of good games. So we could talk a little pros here if you'd like. But this week we have. Let me just try to bring up the schedule here on college football so we can talk about this a little bit, since we're getting to that point in the week. I think, this week, and I'm still trying to bring this up. Everything is real slow here. I don't know if you have a faster feed that you can bring up, but my machine is running slow.
All right, hold on. I'm going to jump to that, but let me jump to. You see the the hog Dees Feb calendar spread here. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Earth to Matt. Come in,
Sorry.
Matt.
Sorry.
Are you monitoring the left flank? Is that what you got? You got AOC and the brigade on the left flank. Are they penetrating, Matt?
Very busy penetrating. Mm-hmm.
All right. I talked about this as we went to $2. I said you got to put this on season. You can't even say that, by the way, seasonally. If you are a commodity broker, you cannot mention the word seasonal. Did you know that?
It's illegal.
Illegal.
But right, they do all the time. They do.
No, you can't. You cannot do it. You cannot say that word.
I'm just saying seasonal. They do.
I'm saying you can't say it. I didn't say it. I meant. Anyway, $2, right? Back out to $4. It's got room out to $5. One of my favorite calendar spreads to trade. Dees Feb hog spread, traded every year, and it's paid. It paid beautifully. It's got some room. anywhere, if you're not taking, if you put this thing on at $2 and you're not taking some off here around $5, you are a pig in the hog market. Let me be clear about that. All right, Matt, you wanted to see, what did you have? Yahoo Sports?
I was just on ESPN, but
I don't know why I can't bring it up either. Hold on a second. Here's ESPN, college football. Let's talk a little college.
yeah, let's talk college football, and then we can talk the pros. You got Louisville, Boise State. Let me try to see some lines here. So there was no Thursday night game. You got a Friday night game. Most of the Alabama, Texas is Saturday. That's probably one of the few games. Wake Forest, Vanderbilt looks okay. Arkansas, South Carolina. There's some games. There's some actual SEC matchups that look interesting, but there's a lot of shit. Like Michigan's heavily favored. They're playing at Texas, I believe. So they're playing at Texas Memorial Stadium. Alabama is favored by 20. Ohio State, Arkansas State, 44.5. Miami Southern Miss is a 25-point favorite. Arkansas is 8.5 over South Carolina. Vandy is 13-point underdogs. You know what? I'm going to take Vandy in that game against number 23 Wake Forest. Nobody's giving Vandy any respect at 2-0. I'm going to take Vandy in that game just for that.
They could have a spelling bee and a math competition with those two schools right after the game.
We Are Marshall is playing the Irish at Notre Dame, and the Irish are 20.5-point favorites. That seems like a lot. I didn't think Notre Dame's offense was that great, and I didn't think Ohio State's defense was that great, and they only scored 10 points. So I don't know.
We Are Marshall.
Yeah, that one's interesting. Also, Tennessee Pitt is also on Saturday, 12:30 start on the West Coast. Pitt is 6-point underdogs at home against Tennessee. I kind of like Tennessee in that game, so I'm giving you 2 picks there on the SEC. Vandy and Tennessee. We're going all Tennessee apparently, so we're going to stay with those 2 games. Michigan State's like 40 points. Houston is playing Texas Tech. I have no idea. I don't follow those teams, so good luck with that. Oklahoma's 33 points over Kent State. Kentucky and Florida, also an interesting game. I probably would take Kentucky in that, getting 6.5 at Florida. So we're going 3 SEC matchups in the top 20. So we're going to take Tennessee, Vandy, and Kentucky.
All right, Matt, NFL, we have no natural pick here. Nobody's favored by 10 or more in the NFL this weekend.
Is that true? I haven't looked.
Yeah, I just looked at it. 0. The biggest line right now, NFL, is there's a couple 6.5s. Indy is laying 7 to the Texans. I think you got to take that, right? Lay the 7.
You're the pro guy. I'm going to leave that to you.
San Francisco laying 7 to the Bears. Got to take the Bears. Actually, you should. Well, it's not 10 though, so it's not the line. It's not the line. And then Baltimore.
The other one that I find interesting on the college side is Baylor is getting points at BYU.
Well, BYU
number 9
must have a team.
Versus number 21.
Speaking of Samoan,
yes,
Islander,
yes,
Mormon rugby players playing football.
Yes. So that one seems interesting to me. So I would go with those. You know what? I would do a 14 parlay. This is how confident I am. I would take Baylor plus the points, Kentucky plus the points, Vandy plus the points, and Tennessee giving the points. 14 parlay, put $5 on it, let it ride. Go for it.
Bingo, bongo, bongo. All right, Matt, that's all we got, right? Anything else? On
the pro side, again, let them kind of figure out who's got what. That's the hard thing about pros is always flip a coin, but on the first day, particularly flip a coin. Like what I would say to people, like if you need to bet Sunday on a game, flip a coin on every game, see how you do.
Yeah, my brother was involved in a pool, right? A season-long pool, and every year they had a monkey. Yeah, and that was just a coin flip for every game. And the monkey, in like 15 years, the monkey won twice, and I don't think ever finished out of the top, 5 or 6.
I believe it.
Like 30 guys in the league. Flip a coin in the pros, man.
Yeah,
flip a coin.
Tough. It is tough.
Lee says bet against the Jets. Who do the Jets got? The Jets. Baltimore laying 6.5 to your Jets.
Yeah, but
under 44.
is the game at Baltimore? I mean, Baltimore, it seems, should be like 30-point favorites against the Jets. But Lamar's not happy because he didn't get his contract today. So maybe he's going to tank. Maybe he'll tank the first game just to push the envelope. That'd be wise of him.
It would be.
Don't you think?
It would be. All right, that's it. Matt, thank you so much. Lee, thank you.
Let me ask you on the Alabama, Texas. Who do you like? Texas is getting 20.5 at home against Alabama. I think Alabama will destroy them.
I think so. I mean, Texas, for all of you would think the layup in recruiting in the biggest football state in the country.
Yeah, but Baylor's getting them all now. Baylor gets them all now.
I think you got to,
Baylor and Texas Tech and TCU get more players than Texas. I mean, those teams are pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Lay the points.
And then let me ask you this one: the Battle of the Libraries. Who do you like? Duke is +10 at Northwestern.
You got to take Northwestern at home. Come on,
Northwestern giving 10 points.
Come on.
Fucking Northwestern. They don't beat anybody by more than 3.
I was at Northwestern games, you understand, when it was Dyke Stadium. In fact, I'm surprised they don't just name it, right? I don't understand how that woke university doesn't just take their name back, Dyke Stadium.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question to see how good of a football fan you are, because there's no way I would come up with this. But you're from the fine Champaign state of Illinois. The Western Illinois, what are they?
Western.
I've never even heard of Western Illinois, but they have a big battle.
Oh, yeah. Eastern Illinois is a great quarterback college, by the way. Tons of pro quarterbacks out of Eastern Illinois. Western Illinois, the Redbirds? No, that's Illinois State. Western Illinois. Give me an initial. Yeah, help me out.
L. I'm so confident you won't get it.
L.
And it's not the Lions.
The Leathernecks.
Fucking Lee, looking it up on the internet.
Oh man, in my sporting career, I had
and also in this zoological battle, who do you like? Lafayette versus the Temple Owls, and Lafayette is, who are they, Lee? Who is Lafayette? It's another L. Let's see how good you are. Don't look it up. You got to come right now with the answer.
The Longbeaks, Lafayette. That's
a nice campus.
The Temple Owls. Where's Lafayette at?
Right there in Philly area.
Right on. All right. So what is it? Lee doesn't have it. He doesn't know.
The leopards. We
got the zoos.
The zoo. So the leopards and the owls. I would say take the leopards. They're getting 18 points at Temple.
Man, we had a scrub jay in the house today.
How do you get in?
Because the door was open and there's peanuts in the sunroom.
Oh, you throwing them peanuts?
Yeah, in the house. Frank going bananas, Rita going bananas, but no idea why she was going bananas, just because Frank was going bananas. And
because they wanted bananas.
Frank wanted this scrub jay, something fierce, right?
Yeah. And the scrub jay would attack you. Those things are not nice.
So we locked the dogs up and just put a peanut strip to the open doorway, and the scrub jay, very little problem finding his way out, loaded with peanuts. All right, that's how we roll mascots every week. So what are our mascot picks?
Well, we got the Lafayette Leopards +18. And I think we were talking about...
And then the Battle of the Libraries, we got Northwestern.
Northwestern. Yep. You're saying Northwestern -10.
Yeah, and the other one was Wake Forest Vandy, another Battle of the Libraries.
Yeah, I already took Vandy in that game.
Right on.
And then
I love it.
And then I'm taking the Leathernecks +37.5 against Row the Boat against Minnesota.
We are all right.
He's still there, right? Yeah.
PJ Fleck, the smartest coach ever to be
to be coached.
We know that. And if you don't know the story, Pat Riley, the first guy to really do something like this, right? As he trademarked three-peat back in the day when he was the Lakers head coach, trademarked it.
Right.
Three-peat. All the t-shirt sales for the Lakers three-peat, Pat Riley got a piece of. Brilliant.
Wow. Wow.
Anyway, PJ Fleck, coach at Western Michigan, had the whole school with the row the boat in the stands. All the t-shirt says row the boat. Like we need that, you know, in Seattle, it's the 12th man. You need the fans to be involved in the game. Row the boat. He trademarked row the boat, left Western Michigan, and on his way out told them, oh, by the way, row the boat is mine. I'm taking it to Minnesota. Thank you. You can't. I mean, they could, you know, the fans can do whatever they want, but
You dumb Broncos.
Right, exactly. Western Michigan certainly cannot benefit from row the boat on any t-shirts at the college bookstore.
Or
Thank
in
you,
recruiting,
PJ Fleck.
for that matter.
There you go. All right, that's it. MarketVitals.io is the site. MarketVitals.io. Market Vitals, the stream. Please share, retweet, and plagiarize far and wide. Please visit Amazon.com, where 100,000 less people are still delivering you Shrimp Mojo to your doorstep. Not
It might be
problem.
a little late. It might be a little
Man,
late.
I made I used the Mojo and the club soda and flour and Mojo for the breading for the shrimp, fried shrimp tacos last night.
Mhm.
I mean, I say it all the time. Forget about it. Forget about it. Unbelievable how good they were. Everybody was like, how come there's not, like, you know, 50 more shrimp for 30 more 20 more tacos? I mean, that was the only problem with
A
it.
little bit more, right?
Just wanted more. That's the
Always
Shrimp
that
Mojo
way.
will do that for you. All right, Matt. Thank you. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Lee. Everybody have a peaceful weekend. I will be, doing that then.
See ya.